Hello YouTube, welcome to GrunfWorks. This is episode 36 of our Interplanetary Voyage of Exploration Season 2. And we are currently following our utility Jool supply ship that is scheduled to arrive at Jool. And we are transitioning towards the Julian sphere of influence, after which I will be setting up a maneuver node to actually, do the burn. So, okay, yes, we have a transition, so let's just accelerate a little bit, and here we go. Okay, clearly it seems that we are on the wrong side. Okay, let's add a maneuver node, and then let's burn radially inwards, and then we will just continue to burn until we get some sort of, let's fiddle with the amount until we get a desired periapsis. Yeah, something along these lines looks pretty dandy. And ultimately I want it to be somewhere around Laythe. So yeah, this looks actually very, very plausible. Now, great. Let's just fiddle a little bit to get it correctly aligned. I mean, normally aligned. Okay, and we have total burn of 146 meters per second, given that we have a 200 second delay, so that's like 3 minutes plus, 3 minutes 10 seconds. We need to be performing it with the help of the flight computer, as denoted by remote tech. Okay, so pointing maneuver prograde and executing the planned maneuver, which is due to happen in roughly 10 days. So let's do a little bit of time acceleration, because time flies, until we get to our maneuver node. We also have to keep track, we have our Karborundrum Collector that is due to change the sphere of influence back to Kerbin in 5 days, so that's something that I need to keep in mind, and that's the reason why I'm having this alarm clock close by, handy dandy, just to remind me of that. Okay, executing the burn. It's rather short burn, 20-ish seconds. I'm pretty sure we will have longer burns later on, but yeah. This is rather a simple craft, and its sole purpose is to get this bunch of supplies to Jool. Or to our Julian station, so to say. Okay, now setting up a maneuver node that will bring our periapsis way down and hopefully secure us an orbit around Jool and eventually around Laythe as well. So I'm just trying to align the best that I can to get a decent apoapsis, periapsis, and just to ensure that we are roughly in the same ballpark. And I have been burned before when I was setting up all kind of eccentric orbits. Then in that case, what would happen is that my craft would end up around orbit around pole or something and get flung out of the Julian system. So that's why I'm this time trying to keep it very close to home. And that's the maneuver node, but we will be focusing on actually our Carborundrum, because that is coming in first. And guys, you have seen me docking Carborundrum many times over, so I'll try to keep this shorter, because there's only a finite amount of times that you can basically sell the same ship going back and forth as entertainment. Yes. So we have a total of 3-minute burn, but I will be taking it much quicker, and this is the burn to secure us a good orbit around Kerbin. Now, given we have a very, very good thrust to weight of roughly 8.57-ish, which we will be utilizing to burn this 2000 meters per second off. And kicking the gas. Naturally, this is all being played in 2 times video acceleration, so that you and I don't flip during the burns. But as you can see, once again, our old friend Wobble Noodle is back because of the high thrust and high thrust vectoring of the Karborundrum engine. Yes, but it's okay. So beautiful burn with the Kerbin, sorry, not Karborundrum, Kerbin in the background. And guys, this is I think actually the last trip of our Carborundrum Collector to Kerbin, because after this trip I plan it to fling it out back to the sun, and this time I will be returning it probably somewhere to Jool. Because, I mean, we have enough Carborundrum, and I want to build a bigger Carborundrum Collector to get things done on Kerbin anyway. And this one will be as sort of Carborundrum refueling station or something in the orbit around Jool, or even better, Laythe. Because we have some stations there, so I am thinking it would be actually prudent to have it maybe in like lower Laythe orbit or somewhere where we can just come, or even higher Laythe orbit, because this is so high delta V fuel that we really don't need to bother, you know, about quick refuelings and stuff. So yes. Okay, we are done with our burn, and now it's time to set up a maneuver node, or basically align normal and try to align us to the Kerbin refueling station. However, you have seen me do this so many times, so I'm actually gonna skip the maneuver node fiddlage and just let you enjoy. I really like, I don't know why, I really like when I point it like normal prograde. It looks like some sort of advanced military type satellite or something. I don't know. But, okay, my point is to deactivate the big reflectrons, because we are close now at Kerbin anyway, and we have already set up a maneuver node to basically burn, you know, burn normal. I'm now coming back, and I have skipped a bunch of content because, I mean, you don't really need me to set up a rendezvous and all that jazz. We are en route to target, but I have decided to show you this part because there is a problem. As you can see, our electric charge is dropping. And that's because I'm relying on solar power, and also Carborundrum uses a high amount of electricity to actually, you know, power itself. So I have a total of 278 meters per second to burn, and I'm not sure if I have enough battery to actually, you know, keep my retrograde, orbit retrograde and target retrograde aligned. So I'm doing small bursts, and as you can see, I won't have enough. I have a good encounter though, and I don't think it will be happening at the sunny side, as you can see. So yes, note to myself, don't do rendezvous in dark with a ship that requires solar power. That's just stupid. Yes. So what I will try to do, I will try to bleed off as much velocity as I can, but if I don't have enough delta V to stop, which I don't think I do because of the, you know, battery, I will just probably pass by very close to the station, and then as soon as I come into the light, burn again to get close by. Yeah, no way I have enough delta V for this 171 meters per second burn. Well, great job, GrunfWorks. Okay, I am burning, and we have a physics bump. Okay, now you have we have another task. Not hit our orbital station. Yeah, we are going at 80 meters per second, so it should just fly by us. Good thing that we are not 100% aligned. Bye-bye. And yeah, now basically when you get into the sunny side, I'll have to burn back. But I'm gonna skip that part because also it takes time and it takes a little bit of fiddling to get it back. So I'm gonna skip that part, and I'm just gonna show you once we get back into the sun. Oh look, there's a KSC down there. Oh, that's fun. I didn't realize that we're just flying over the KSC. Yes. As you can see, there is some time that until we get to the sun, so yes. I was really not thinking out loud enough. And here we go, we are in the sun. Great, burn towards the target immediately. Okay, we are once again heading towards the target, and we have to be careful because our periapsis is now in the atmosphere. But we won't be getting that far to the periapsis anyway. So, in 2 minutes and 20 seconds, we will be rendezvousing once again at 50 meters per second. So I think it would be prudent for me to flip the craft back so that we don't do, yo-yo rendezvous. And by yo-yo I mean basically missing it like several times in quick succession. Once I'm going too close, one time going too far, and ultimately hitting it head on. Okay, by the way, after I'm done with that one, then the next thing that we need to think about is Jool supplies. And we will be, if we'll have time in this episode, to insert that one into the orbit, which is very, very similar to Laythe. After which we have our Kerbin to do now launch window, where I fully intend to launch our Pioneer base. But as you know, I'm pretty sure, given the fact that we have to dock this bad boy, I'm pretty sure we won't have enough time in this episode. So yes, this episode is once again a little bit more about Carborundrum. I'm sorry for a little bit repeating content, but I thought, given the fact that we're kind of missing this station and close, and I thought it would be still, interesting to see. And besides, I am a little bit of a completionist, so I really do need to, show, even if I show highlights or a little bit, accelerated content. So, yeah. 1.1 kilometer. We are approaching at 25 meters per second and decelerating ever so slightly. My point is to come as close to the station as possible, and then we will be pointing ourselves orbit normal, so that orbit normal prograde. I don't know what's wrong with my English. Probably didn't have morning coffee, so yeah, English without coffee in the morning. Oh, that's just horrendous. Okay, so 500 meters and closing. Going at 9.6 meters per second, we have more than enough thrust to weight so that we will be able to execute this no problems whatsoever. 300, I'm hoping that I come to maybe, 200 or 100 even meters, and then just do it as close as possible, but we'll see. We're going at 4, and yeah, I think 200 should be more or less enough. So let's just slowly but very carefully decelerate until we get to like 0 meters per second, if at all I can. Very gently. Okay, 2, 1, 0. Great. Okay, that's it. Time to point ourselves orbit normal, because that will make for easier docking. As you can see, the Carborundrum tank is just underneath the STN label that we have for our refueling station. Okay, and then let's just rotate a little bit. I've noticed that we have our antenna, so I didn't want to dock too close to the antenna either. Okay, I would say that looks plausible, more or less. So yeah, computer, keep orbit normal. Okay, great. Refueling station, we will be controlling from here. Thank you very much. And we will be decoupling. Yes. And I'm still controlling the station. Okay. Well. Oh, I gave it a thrust now. Okay. Well, yes, we are filling. Okay, now we're controlling the tank. Great. Let us just align ourselves and head for our Karborundrum Collector, with the station being ever so wobbly in the background. I'm pretty sure I'll need to pay for this later, but okay, who cares? We are well aligned, so I'm hoping that this will make for shorter burn time and easier rendezvous. That's why I wanted to come this close in the first place. I just want to make sure that I have disabled warehouse, because otherwise my Carborundrum reserves will be bouncing back and forth. 150 meters. We are approaching at relative velocity of 2.5 meters per second roughly. So pretty fast, but I mean this monoprops have good thrust to weight and we have adequate alignment, so I'm not overly concerned. $50 meters per second, going at 1.79-ish. Okay, let's just fix our alignment a little bit. By the way, these tanks and this idea with these railings that are keeping the tanks well oriented, I think it's just genius. I saw that at one playthrough, I don't know who was it. It was a known YouTuber, I don't know if it was it DX Gamer Show or somebody was using this trick, and I think it's amazing. It works wonders anyway. Making craft easily balanced and very, very easy to control on the docking. There you go, we are docked. So now we will be transferring some fuel, and I think we can do that using our Tech Fuel Balancer mod. Just making sure that we can transfer quickly and then decouple. I didn't want to show you, you know, all the gory details in terms of transferring, but I have transferred most of the Carborundrum fuel, and as you can see, our station has gone willy-nilly. So we will need to, arrive and fix the station's inclination. But, here we are. Okay, station, please use the RCS and point yourself orbit normal once again. I really, really don't want you to, Okay, this is also time accelerated, so I wasn't really wobbling it that fast, but yeah. I was wobbling it fast enough that I needed to do corrections. The key here is multitasking, gentlemen, or well, ladies and gentlemen. So, yes, as you can see, slowly correcting as our Carborundrum station probe is ever so gently. Oh, drifting away. Oh boy. Okay, well, yes, I will clearly need to burn to get there. Okay, just please. Stop it. Stop it. Turn yourself so that to make my docking easier. Okay, turn. Yes, good. Good. Okay, now stop turning. Stop. A little bit more. Stop. Great. Good. I think that's good enough. Okay. Now, and I'm drifting at 1.6 meters per second. Yes, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, I have to select the docking port. But first things first, I really do want to be going towards the refueling station. And apparently I am bouncing a little bit back and forth, because now when I have Carborundrum fuel, this craft is no longer that well balanced. It's balanced enough, but yeah. So, okay, let's hold this and let's just burn so that we get closer and closer to the refueling station. And then I remember that I was muttering something about, not repeating myself, but I mean, look, what can I do? I cannot help myself. I really like dockings. I really like coming and going to the station. It definitely beats the long burn times and nothing happening. So, okay, let me just check. Okay, my craft is balanced Carborundrum-wise. I mean, it's evenly spread across the tanks, which is good. And the reason why I wanted to have another shipment of Carborundrum is because I am planning to soon enough make a heavier SSTO that I plan to take maybe to, I don't know, Jool or Laythe, and maybe just construct some sort of a mobile base or something. By the way, guys, I have fixed the issue that I had with the caribou wheels. Just found a solution on forum, because this is 113, and then there was an issue with the caribou wheel not folding in, which was making my life miserable because I really wanted to play with the caribou rover. So huge props and thanks to the fine folk at the KSP forum for posting the solutions or fixes, which was needed to add some config files. And yes, so I will be able, you will see more caribou rovers coming, not just Mailmoot. Both of those mods are amazing mods from Rover Dude, but yeah, Caribou is more, you know, towards base building, while Mailmoot is a little bit more to utility, science exploration and all that jazz rover. So they serve a little bit different purposes. They can serve the same purpose, but yeah. Okay. This is basically clearly me filling in content. I mean, while we go at 2 meters per second and going to the refueling station, and then I realize, holy crap, I am 50 meters away and I'm going 2 meters per second. I should really start decelerating. So this will be suicide burn in all forms of, in all forms of it. And we have our shadow on the solar panels. Oh, this is just beautiful. Alright. Decelerating, come on. I don't want to be hitting going at 2 meters per second. Okay, we are good enough. And now let's just do tiny bit alignments before we start dancing. And docked. Amazing. Okay. Our station seems to be stable. Great. Switching back to our Carborundrum refueler. And we have 751, which equates to 15,000 meters per second of delta V, which is more than enough to get us back to the low solar orbit. So I'm just gonna thrust a little bit just to get out of the Kerbin refueling station. Oh, and it's so tiny when you go and burn a little bit. Okay, no target. I want to remove my target, and bye-bye Kerbin station. I really want to get away from you. Right, I think I will be setting up a maneuver node just to go slightly higher orbit, and just to set up sort of a circular orbit, and that's it. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna have you watch all that. We can skip. Now we have now extended this, and I'll just queue it. Okay, coming back to our utility Jool ship, we have a 6-minute burn ahead of us, and to insert ourselves in the orbit around Jool. I mean, this is all 2 times time acceleration, so the burn should take roughly 3 minutes. And while we're doing that, I would like to discuss some future updates for the channel. Well, as you know, I am playing Transport Fever on the European Delta map. I'm really enjoying it. It's beautiful, so that will be continuing. XCOM 2 Long War will be continuing as well, and as for KSP, I will be continuing that, so no worries there. My only question is, I saw that some of you liked that my series on the building is quite popular, so I will continue with it, but it won't be coming out every Monday, because not every Monday I have things to show you. Sometimes, so Monday will be like a random Joker day besides the Transport Fever episode, so I will be, sometime it will be like maybe it will be a building episode for the Kerbal engineering, some other time it might be, I don't know, some additional preview, review, whatever, and some other time it might be, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking also on reinstating maybe at some point later on KSP Mod Spotlight, which I will be reviewing mods, and I will always be posting it on the latest version of KSP, or the one latest publicly available. So let me know what you think about it. Did you like the Mod Spotlight series? If you haven't checked it out, please do check it out on my playlist section. And yeah, I'm thinking that's pretty much it. So business as usual. However, I'm thinking on how to better create and some better content. Also, I realize that there are not many of you that too keen on watching XCOM 2. I really like the playthrough, and I'll see how far I will take it. So far, it seems that the game is kicking my ass slightly, but you know, I'm hanging in there still. Okay, and we are performing our final burn for the episode to insert the supplies ship in the orbit around Jool, and we are using lithium engines that have high ISP but low thrust weight, because this one has been shipped, if you remember, this craft has been shipped sometime at the beginning of this series, season 2, I believe. Yeah. So it took it quite a long while to actually get to Jool. So maybe when we'll do more Jool missions, I might time accelerate a little bit, because, otherwise I won't get too much Jool content out. It will be mostly Duna, and at some point everybody gets bored and say, okay, well, do something else, man. 400 meters per second to burn, and my plan for Jool is, like I said, to create a mobile base, small mobile base, and I already have one ship en route that is with SSTOs that will be scouting the place for that base, and then the base will be hopefully made out of Caribou rover with some additional things, and it will be a very, very small base to support maybe 1 or 2 Kerbals that will be doing the research there. However, given the time it takes for everything to get to Jool and onwards, I really need to have, all components there. And before we go, I just want to discuss some new hires. Beside Alessandro, Dixon, Kerman, who are scientists and engineers retrospectively, we have added Andres Kerman, who is a pilot, and then John McKerman, who is a scientist, smart but a little bit shy and timid, and Hyrax Kerman, who is engineer. But those guys will be flying in the next episode. Until then, thank you very much for watching. This is GrunfWorks signing off.